so boom. Let's talk about the diddler, P. Diddy himself. Did he do it? Did he done it? Did he did it? Did he hit it? Did he quit it? Did he's finished? Because evidently we just saw footage released. I can't post it here, but I'll leave it in the top pinned comment because you know YouTube's gonna take it down. Where back in 2016 in an LA hotel, P. Diddy assaulted his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, then pulling her down to the ground and proceeded to kick her numerous different times while dragging her now towards the hotel room and then proceeded to throw a bunch of different things in her direction. Might I add, a couple of months ago, P. Diddy's house was raided in California, and this man has since been nowhere to be found. Some people say they spotted him in Miami. Other people say they spotted him elsewhere, but one way or another, nobody knows where P. Diddy just so happens to be at the moment. But I will say this much. This man is finished. He's been an absolute tyrant. Let's talk about the footage that was since released first. People are asking, well, why is it that they released the footage now? P. Diddy paid $50,000 to get access to this footage so it would not be released to the public. First and foremost, the individuals who just so happen to be receiving that payment of $50,000, I think you should have those people's names released to the public. They should be held to the court of public opinion, of course, because given it's been 8 years, I think in the state of California, it's past the statute of limitations, so they can't charge P. Diddy with assault, despite the fact that you've seen it on camera. But one way or another, the people who collaborated with him to get the security surveillance footage into his hands, they should be brought to the forefront so the populace can now go and say whatever they would like to say to those individuals. Because you are a heinous human being to watch something like that go down on the security footage and then receive payment in order to go and say, you know what, we'll sweep this under the rug. You're a terrible human being. Furthermore, you have to consider what kind of demon P. Diddy just so happens to be, to where you would run down a hotel floor in a towel. Nobody knows if he actually has underwear on underneath. This man ran full speed down the hallway, testing his 40-yard dash, shades of Xavier Worthy, just to go beat up a woman trying to escape. If he's willing to do this in public, what do you think this man is capable of doing in private? Damn near everything anybody has ever said about P. Diddy throughout all of the years, spanning damn near 30 years, has come to be true. Terrible human being. And it's not even like this is a situation where people didn't know. This has been at the forefront for years. But because Mans is ultra successful, people just swept it under the rug. How many times have you seen P. Diddy talking at a damn conference? Maybe receiving some sort of award. There's a reason why we call it Holly Weird. Because no matter how public people got all this shit going down, somehow it gets excused because they're so good at what they do. Comes a point where we got to look at the populace like, yo, what's wrong with y'all? Because how are people so shocked that this is going down as it pertains to P. Diddy, bruh? Think about it. How much skeletons this man probably got in his closet? How much dildos he got in his closet? That's neither here nor there. Think about when he first came up. Damn near everybody around him who was with him when he first came up, they all dead. Andre Harrell, he dead. Heavy D, he dead. Kim Porter, she dead. Biggie, he dead. Like, how many times? Shine done went to prison. How many different situations do you have to see where P. Diddy, he's just a terrible human being, bruh? At this point, it's like shades of R. Kelly, but on a different sort of situation. And it might just mess around and be the same situation, just in a more expanded spot. You see people come around P. Diddy, all of a sudden you want to praise him because they getting a stipend. Young Miami, I'm talking to you. You see countless different rappers, entertainers come around P. Diddy. Weird shit done happen and go down now. Nobody want to speak about it. Meek Mill silent. Justin Bieber might have been taken advantage of time and time again, but of course he ain't got too much to say. He's silent. How many people who's so close and associated with this man refuse to say anything? Now, don't get me wrong. If that's your boy, that's your friend, and you want to, take things to the grave, you got to deal with the creator when the time does come because you want to stay silent. But let's call it what it is. Anybody of integrity, if you know your boy or you know your girl doing some serious dirt, there comes a point where you got to say enough is enough. I can't just keep trying to show face publicly with a motherfucker. You got people who've been hanging with this dude for like 20, 30 some years. When they get questioned, yo, did you know this stuff was going down? Nah, I had no clue. You at every party. What you talking about? This man probably sodomizing people, bruh. What part of the game is this? Now, he's fled. Nobody knows where he's at. I will say this much. P. Diddy got a shit ton of bread. Tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Could they pull a Kanye situation, freeze his assets to where he can't get access to hundreds of millions of dollars? Perhaps. But I'm pretty sure he kind of seen something like this coming. Probably cashed out, has a whole boatload of physical money that he can go and utilize elsewhere. But I will say this much. P. Diddy been in the limelight for well over 25 years at this point. He lived and lives a particular kind of lifestyle. As many of us, if we were in this situation, could kind of go low key, kind of avoid, the public, whatever the case may be. But we don't live that kind of life. This man's been living a life of luxury for a quarter century. It's only a matter of time before you get that itch to go and do it once more. He could hide out in one of those locations where they can't extradite him back to the United States, but it's only a matter of time before he wants to be in the limelight again. This is a dude who is in front of cameras left and right, dancing all up in the videos and all that other shit. You think he wants to live in isolation and solitude? Hell no, he won't. So it's only a matter of time before he messes around and misses steps and they mess around and catch him up, bruh. And he gonna be spending all kinds of time behind bars when they catch him. Now, granted, if he's in a spot where they can't come get him, best believe they might just mess around and pull a 50 Cent on the track.
Cause I get tired of looking for you, spray your mama crib and let your ass look for me.
Checkmate, they got your bitch ass. I will say this much. There's too many people that I see saying, well, why they doing this to P. Diddy now? Why they don't do this to the other people? You think he's the only one involved? Of course not. Of course not. There's probably people who he was in cahoots with for years who had insulated themselves to where now he's the fall guy. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he's still a terrible person. Of course, there's probably higher ups that have yet to be named or identified just yet. Absolutely. Their time will possibly come down the line. But let's go piece by piece from where we are right now. Get rid of P. Diddy. Take that man to justice.
Hugo, what do you say to your fans?
How many different things have to come out about P. Diddy for y'all to continually make excuses for him? So I need answers. Because what level of integrity do you guys operate by? And I'm talking to the people who are still defending this man. His son dropped a whack-ass diss track towards 50 Cent. Now look at you. Footage done been dropped. That's obviously him. This ain't AI. It's not like AI wasn't around in 2016, but that's clearly P. Diddy.
Get out there. Get out there.
All jokes aside, in closing, I'll say this. I'll never understand why people who had been able to amass such a high level of success continually find themselves doing absolute tomfoolery, whether that be violence, whether that be money laundering, whether that be trafficking, whether that be any crime under the sun that would land you behind bars and obviously tarnish your public image. I can't seem to wrap my mind around it, because when you got into the game, the whole goal was to amass enough finances, riches, and build wealth to where you would be able to do whatever the fuck you want. But evidently, power corrupts. And the moment that you get to that level, now you think you can do whatever the fuck you want without consequence. And guess what, Diddy? There's consequences for your actions, you stupid motherfucker, you. And when they catch your ass, everything you done did to everybody else gonna come right back to you. And you might just enjoy it, given some of the things that, they've been said about you. But one way or another, put your motherfucking head back down, stupid. Somebody call the authorities. And if the authorities can't find them, I know one man who can. Chris.
Here comes the United States champion, Chris Benoit.
We are the police.
We are the police.
The police of Haiti.
The police of Haiti.
Shut him in the jail. You go to jail, you son of a bitch. All right, hold him there. You go to